you're pushing the boundaries of it. You're coming up with original content that pushes the boundaries of that subject. The opposite of that is that you take what everybody else is doing and just repackage it.
I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of people out there that are sharing, let's say, non-original thoughts, but are taking, lots of information from different areas and packaging it in quite interesting ways.
Sure.
If they're not thought leaders, what are they? What can we call them?
Copycats. And that's not trying to be decrying. At the end of the day, I think one of the problems with the phrase thought leaders is there are so many out there. There are so many people who say that they are, and the reality is, for me, that everybody can't be. Okay, and for me, by definition, if you're a thought leader, you're leading on thoughts. That doesn't mean repackaging things and putting it out there. There's a place for people, organizations that do that. I'm not saying that there isn't. But for me, thought leadership is you're pushing the boundaries of the subject, whatever subject it may be. And for us, it's customer experience. You're pushing the boundaries of it. You're coming up with original content that pushes the boundaries of that subject. The opposite of that is that you take what everybody else is doing and just repackage it. I give you an example. Last week, one of our clients said, this person in CX, who shall remain nameless, has taken one of your blogs and just repurposed it on their website. So they changed about 10 words, but taken our blog and put it on their website. Now, to a certain extent, I take that as a compliment. But to the other extent, it makes you go, well, they're clearly not having original thought of their own. So I don't think it's wrong repackaging it. I think that's fine. But I think that I don't think you could really call yourself a thought leader if you're just regurgitating existing content.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. I mean, it's one of the things that sort of forced me to write my first book, because I never wanted to write a book.
Sure.
And I'd come up with this. It's basically a new way of approaching organizational structure, where it's not in a pyramid anymore. It's in concentric circles, and there's like a whole soccer team analogy and blah, whatever. But people were either talking about it and getting it wrong and attributing it to me, or talking about it, getting it right, and not attributing it to me, which both ways pissed me off. Someone said to me, he said, look, well, you're going to have to write a book then so you can claim it. And I was like, oh, I don't want to.